Mazda entered the subcompact SUV market with the CX-3 just in time, surfing on the tide of heightened demand for small crossovers. But over time, competition has rolled out newer products with newer technology and better features. The CX-3 remains a good performer in its class, but there are certain areas where it can be improved upon with some refinements. One of the biggest problems with the CX-3 is the antiquated technology. Everything works great, but the digital interface and infotainment system are no longer the newest out there. Most of Mazda's newer models have cutting-edge touchscreens, and that leaves the CX-3 feeling a little behind. To its credit, wireless Apple CarPlay and a few added features maintain some competitiveness. A complete overhaul of the tech would be fantastic, but what's available is good enough. For 2025, the CX-3 G20 Evolve has seen its price increased by $900. The slight boost in price is paired with some extra safety and aid features, front fog lamps, and keyless entry. Mazda continues to push the CX-3 in a semi-luxurious direction, and to a great degree, it has succeeded. The problem, though, is with its interior, which draws much from the Mazda 2. It is built on the same platform as the smaller hatchback, so the cabin is one that is recognizable but less unique. To set the CX-3 apart, Mazda has also improved the materials used inside. The bottom of the dashboard now features soft-touch suede that matches the door panels. Gloss black trim is also added around the gear selector, adding a touch of sophistication. The door armrests receive a carbon fiber-style finish, and the instrument housing gets black leather look trim. These changes provide a more premium feel than the Mazda 2. The 2024 model featured white Maztex, tan Grand Luxe synthetic suede interior, but in 2025, Mazda opted for black leatherette. This is to appeal to the preferences of Australian buyers, as well as enhance durability for family driving. The steering wheel is identical to the Mazda 2 and has a simple but useful design. Although it is not flashy, its dependability and placement of buttons make it convenient to operate. On the road, the CX-3 retains its old-fashioned analog speedometer, flanked by two LCD screens. The uncluttered design is ideal for those who prefer an old-fashioned driving experience. While newer vehicles rely on digital clusters, the CX-3 is more retro. The vehicle also features a head-up display, thanks to a fold-up plastic screen that emerges once the car is started. Seat adjustment is required to see the screen at its best, but it is a useful guide for positioning. The most anachronistic part of the CX-3 is its infotainment system. While comparable to that used in other Mazdas, its diminutive screen serves to underline its age. The system is operated by a rotary controller on the center console, a system that has its fans and its critics. While Apple CarPlay use feels clumsy, the function is quite usable with Mazda's native software. A chief drawback is a lack of touchscreen use while on the road. Unlike newer models of Mazdas, this cannot be avoided, so changes are a hassle for riders. Performance-wise, the infotainment system is slow to respond, particularly when booting up. The graphics are somewhat retrograde, reminiscent of the early 2010s, and contribute to the overall sense of obsolescence. Storage configurations in the CX-3 also give away its hatchback roots. The center console lacks a conventional lidded compartment, but a folding armrest with small shelves underneath. While functional, it does not provide as much stowage capacity as other vehicles. There is a small cubby in front of the gear selector, but its dimensions make it less convenient for larger smartphones. A standard iPhone 12, for instance, does not fit comfortably. The glove box and door bottle holders add additional storage, but overall, space is tight. Despite these limitations, the interior does feature soft-touch leather trim on the sides of the center console, which adds a touch of class. Climate control in the CX-3 follows the tried-and-true tri-dial layout, and it is fine. Gloss black trim that edges the gear selector is a fingerprint and dust magnet, however. Rear seat space is lean with no additional frills such as charging points or rear air conditioning vents. Not having these can be a disappointment, but there is some utility provided by the fold-down armrest with cup holders. Back headroom is restricted to an extent, mainly for tall persons. The door is not as wide, and that could make it difficult to install a child seat or fit cargo in there. But the rear seats do offer more space than in the Mazda 2, making them quite comfortable enough for short distances. Legroom mainly is in terms of front seat adjustments, but the average user will still be okay with it. Carrying capacity in the CX-3 is not its forte, although it is still practical enough for day-to-day use. The boot is more commodious than in the Mazda 2, with a higher load floor that reaches further forward. Its square shape is ideal for carrying boxes and bags. With the cargo cover removed, taller objects can be carried, and though the rear seats do not lie flat, they still add to overall storage versatility. In addition, there is a secondary superficial compartment below the first floor of loads, which provides extra room for trinkets and whatnot. While convenient, the white upholstery option will not be best for those who care about longevity in terms of cleanliness. Families and frequent travelers might instead prefer a black interior for simplicity of upkeep. Under the hood, the CX-3 features a 2.0-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder petrol engine with 110 kilowatts of output and 195 newton-meters of torque. The unit is paired to a 6-speed automatic transmission which powers the front wheels. It is not the most powerful pack in its class, but a well-balanced mix of performance and efficiency suited for city as well as highway driving. The safety performance of the CX-3 has evolved since then, but is no longer eligible for its 2015 5-star ANCAP rating. However, it still offers a very comprehensive suite of safety features, including autonomous emergency braking with cyclist and pedestrian detection, adaptive cruise control, blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic alert, driver attention alert, lane departure warning, front side and curtain airbags, reverse camera, rear park sensors. For 2025, the Pure and Evolve models now come with the updated AEB system and adaptive cruise control, which were only available on higher trim levels. The Evolve model and above also receive front parking sensors, while GT-SP models receive traffic sign recognition. The Mazda CX-3 remains a solid choice in the subcompact SUV segment, thanks to its attractiveness, reliable performance, and inclusive safety package. Its outdated technology and sparse rear seat amenities, though, remind us of the need for updating. With methodical adjustments, it can continue to compete with newer models. Meanwhile, it remains a city-friendly crossover with a touch of premium niceties. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to stay updated on all our latest content. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below. And of course, stay tuned for more exciting videos. See you next time.